The role of technology in our lives. It seems we can't do anything anymore without picking up our smartphones, our tablets, or computers. I am one of the worst offenders of that. Plus, new technology is showing up in all types of workplaces, including the manufacturing and service industries, yet the digital divide is continuing to leave low-income people in particular and people of color at a real disadvantage. This is something that I notice a lot in the neighborhood where I was born in Detroit, over on the west side near Livernois and Grand River. The real gap between connectivity for people in that neighborhood and the place where I live now, it seems like it's getting wider, not narrower.
Stephen, the difference between the haves and the have-nots, one is technology. Everybody does not have a laptop. We assume that. The other thing is, and I'm going to say it on the air, I believe Google is going to do more harm in the future than help. And the reason why I say that is because now they literally profit off of negative algorithms. And what's the first thing that a job does? They Google you.
Right.
And if it's and black men, let's be honest, are the ones that they're going to say, we don't want to give them an interview. And
That's
so
an interesting,
I think that's something. Technology is not the friend to African Americans if we don't do something about it.
The easiest way to there's always been a divide between minorities and white America. It's our job to do something about it.
Well,
We've
right.
just got to
What do you
remember
do?
that those folks are being left behind, so we've got to do something to bring them up. Whether it's give them a laptop, whether it's provide free Wi-Fi in minority areas, you've got to actually take and give STEM classes and things like that. You've got to take some sort of effort to try and bring those other people apart. The rest of society is going to go ahead and they're going to run on down the road. We've got to go back and bring those folks up.
I know one of the things I was, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kim.
One of the things I was excited about at Wayne State was that for our very lowest income students, you got a
giving them
laptop. You would give them a
laptops now, right?
laptop, which I think is really important. I think that it also points to the necessity of having people of color at the top of the food chain in Silicon Valley. You want to have, because these are not issues that people naturally, not many people, I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg has never been on Livernois and Grand River. So
Actually,
it's
he has.
important. Well, he has. He took him around. I know she made over there. I know she did. Portia Robertson definitely did.
He rode through on a bus.
Well, I
can.
think exposure matters, because as with a lot of things, minorities may not have them. When they have them, do they know what they're for and how to use them responsibly? And you talked about social media. People have to distinguish between how to use that as the free and effective marketing platform tool that it is, and trying to get back at your baby's father. You've got to be able to weigh that responsibly and know what it's for. So I do think that exposure will make a difference, but we've got to elevate the educational platform for minorities overall.
I think that is such a good point.
Yeah, because you still have a generation that gap, while Dr. Vitti, Mr. Wilson, you've got all these people that are contributing to making, those things that are going to help. We still have generations in between there.
And going into this 2020 election, we know that Russia actually targeted African American consumers of information. So we have to be so on our P's and Q's about not forwarding nonsense. So, we got to know Snopes.com.
Got to understand what it's for. Understand what it's for.
Right. All right, before we end, I want to give everyone a chance to make a prediction for 2020.
My prediction, Trump gets reelected. Democrats win they got the House, they win the Senate.
Oh, you think they'll win the Senate?
Yep, absolutely.
Trump, so then we'd have stalemate.
This election is about Trump getting reelected, not about the Senate, and that's why him and Mitch McConnell have different ways of how they want to focus on this impeachment hearings.
That segment of America that decided not to vote in 2016 is going to vote. They're upset, and Trump's not going to win.
Okay. That's your prediction.
My prediction is Trump is out. There's going to be a much larger voter turnout in 2020 than there was in 2016 and in 2018.
Well, we've seen some Republican interest groups say that they're going to work against the president. Some of the conservative groups that haven't been happy with what he's done.
Never underestimate the power of Middle America. They won't tell you who they're voting for.
You mean Middle America, they're losing their farms and their health insurance? Those guys?
Middle America who showed up at that rally.
Record numbers of farmer suicides.
Showed up at that rally in Battle Creek.
Record numbers of farmer suicides because they are losing their farms right and left because of this man's trade.
Those same people that he's talking about also voted for Barack Obama. Those people are upset. Those folks know good and well that they are sorry about they elected Donald Trump. I might not like that current little commercial that's running because of the woman that's in it, but the truth is that's how Middle.
Which commercial?
What's the white woman in Romeo? where she says she
I haven't
voted for
seen
Donald
that.
Trump.
I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah, she says she doesn't want to vote for him anymore.
Right, she's not going to vote for him. That's the America that he's more worried about. That's why he's so worried about Joe Biden beating him, and why they're lying to you about, because that poll that you saw, read the bottom of who actually did the poll. It's not accurate. There's no 15% of African American men supporting it.
I don't know. You got 9% in 2016. Maybe it's up.
And now that everybody's seen who he is, we're going to get 7 or 8%.
Well,
now.
because
go
I
ahead.
serve a just and merciful God, we will not have to endure 4 more years of
You
Donald
say this
Trump.
won't happen.
No,
huh?
I just think that I just think there's so much fatigue with this man. Although certainly that 30% or so of Americans who like him, they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay with him.
Yeah.
But I think that middle, I think that those moderates, I think that the independents are going to move us in a different direction.
Yeah, it sounds more like a hope than a prediction.
Well, no, I do think that is my prediction for 2020.
Well, I'm going to push politics aside and
Yeah.
not necessarily predict anything, but I am going to hope that in 2020, everybody has a clear vision about who they are and what we collectively want. I'm going to put my cynicism aside and hope that at some point we really start to move the needle forward and stop having conversations about the same things that we've been talking about for 30 years
50
and
years.
really invest in progress, not just the protest, invest in each other, and really sincerely try to be and do what we say we're trying to do every day.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great.
Good
That's a
answer.
great. That's more of a hope too. But I like that.
The Democrats run a great candidate. Hope that.
Hope the Democrats run a good candidate, right? All right. Well, Happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you, Stephen.
And,
Happy New Year
thanks
to
for
you.
being here.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.